others, founded an organization called the Center of Hope, Haiti. They're building a school and an orphanage in Haiti. That orphanage will be able to care for 200 kids, and they will need our support. So I'd like for you to visit their website, please, Center of Hope-Haiti. Dr. Joe Baptiste would have been here with us tonight. He's the chairman of NOAA, which is the parent organization. He founded NOAA in 1991 along with Dr. Moise and Dr. Jean-Claude Campa. We have some of NOAA's board members here. There's Dr. Serge Parisian and his wife. I don't know if Dr. Francois made it yet. And of course, our partner organization, the Haitian American Alliance, represented by Yolette Williams. And most of all, ADFE, they're here, and you will hear about them tonight, but Mr. Castel Calix, Gino Voigt, Ivega, they're a great group, a great organization. It was a pleasure to have worked with them this summer. We wish to thank you for your participation, for your generous contributions to our past medical missions to Haiti, and to ask for your continuing support as we expand the breadth and scope of those medical missions this coming January and June. It is with generous contributions from you that we are able to carry on the work that we do in Haiti. For 13 years, NOAA has been organizing medical missions in an effort to bring skilled healthcare professionals, vital medical equipment, and supplies to healthcare facilities in Haiti. Those of you familiar with Haiti understand the tremendous need for these services. This past June, NOAA New York and the Haitian American Alliance held its mission in Fort Liberté, a town in one of the poorest regions of Haiti. Most of its residents managed to survive as fishermen. Many of them cannot afford even the most basic healthcare services, let alone complex surgeries and treatment. Thanks to your support, NOAA New York and the Haitian American Alliance was able to bring a team of 40 qualified practitioners and support personnel to Fort Liberté Hospital for 1 week to treat patients with the most critical health problems, distribute medicine, and offer support and relief for the hospital's overwhelmed and overworked staff. Fort Liberté quickly swelled with people once our dedicated and enthusiastic team sat down to work. Specialists in internal medicine, pediatrics, dentistry, dermatology, GYN, GI, general and vascular surgery, partnering with local Haitian physicians and a team of Cuban physicians, treated one patient after another for more than 10 hours each day. A pediatric unit was set up in a nearby building to treat as many children as possible. Pharmaceuticals, such as analgesics, topical agents, antihypertensive, antiemetic, vitamins, antibiotics, and much more, were distributed free of charge. The need for such medicines was so great that by the third day, more supplies had to be purchased from a local distributor. Your donations allowed a staggering 9,000 patients to be examined, treated, and given free medications in only 4 days. Over 60 major and minor surgeries were performed by a tireless surgical team. The hospital in Fort Liberté was built as a charitable gift from the town. It is supported by the government, but it belongs to the town. While it had a surgical theater, which consisted of 2 rooms without overhead lighting, the surgical rooms were rarely used. The hospital was occasionally attended by some Cuban physicians who provided the services free of charge. Upon our reconnaissance visit 2 months before the mission, it came to our attention that there was no running water in the hospital on a day-to-day basis. It made surgeries mostly impossible. However, in the spirit that was evident in every single volunteer that went with us, Mr. Harry Seant and Castel Calix, who are not physicians or medical professionals, volunteered to have a water system built to carry water from an established tank to the hospital. By the time we arrived, 2 months later, we had running water and 60 surgical patients on the bed for it. Harry also attended the mission as a volunteer with his teenage daughter. I tell you this not to embarrass them, because they are here with us tonight, but rather to give you an example of the spirit and dedication of all the volunteers. They took action when action was necessary, whether or not they had medical experience. Just when you thought they could not take anymore, each volunteer would see that one last patient, fill that one last prescription. Joyce would be on their backs, and one more prescription. Notwithstanding this truly Herculean task or efforts on the part of our volunteers, we arrive once or twice a year. We are a drop in the bucket. As the largest medical institution in the Northeast region, the Hospital for Liberté is in a difficult position. It must be able to provide health services for more than 300,000 people on an extremely limited budget and minimal supplies. The hospital staff is overwhelmed as the needs of the residents often cannot be met with outdated and barely functioning equipment, a virtually empty pharmacy, and little space for patients. Therefore, in an effort to teach a man to fish rather than merely providing him with fish for a day, through many months of planning and preparation, we learned about the people of Fort Liberté and began to understand their dreams and dedication to turn their neighborhood from a poor fisherman's town into a modern, healthy, and thriving society. We developed the foundations of a long-lasting partnership with ADFE, the local association of Haitian diaspora and Fort Liberté residents, whose extraordinary commitment to the development of their hometown was and remains astonishing. In fact, it was their enthusiastic devotion that inspired us to pull our efforts and bring the mission to Fort Liberté. We are now in the process of planning our next medical mission to Fort Liberté, and this time we hope to make an even greater impact. We've made contact with a company based in China and are now in the process of testing a wind-powered generator that can generate at least 500 watts of energy at 35 to 40 miles per hour wind, so that the residents have access to clean and safe drinking water. We discovered while we were there that many of the illnesses were from waterborne diseases. These efforts are the beginning of a healthy society. As much as this mission helped the people of Fort Liberté, it also had a tremendous impact on the volunteers. Those of you who took part in this June's mission, remember the sense of pride, solidarity, and accomplishment each time you treated a new patient. Each time you filled a prescription or completed another successful surgery. The medical team gained new knowledge and insight about practicing healthcare in a different and more difficult environment, while the supporting and technical team learned how to resolve and manage the daily challenges. Now, New York and the Haitian American Alliance medical mission in Fort Liberté not only cured patients and saved lives, but offered a glimpse into a new world for those visiting Haiti for the first time. Sometimes we feel we cannot make a difference, but we knew we made a difference. We saw it in the faces of every patient we met. For those of you who were not able to join us in Haiti, we brought pictures of the faces so you too can know that you did make a difference. On behalf of NOAA New York and the Haitian American Alliance and ADFE, I hope you will continue to support us in our efforts and join us in making Fort Liberté's vision of a healthy society a reality.